Good morning, Dr. Fidelis.
Good morning, Keith. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone that is joining us today. This is another session of ABS-SMS, ABS School Management System. And my humble self is Mr. Keith Ajay, CEO and founder of ABS Solutions, Ajay Business Solutions, Inc., located in Massachusetts, United States. We are going to be presenting to you today the ABS-SMS module 301 and 401, ABS-SMS 301 and 401. 301 is the student module overview, and 401 is the parent or the guardian module overview. So without further ado, Dr. Fidelis, we are going to be presenting or doing a showcase how this module integrates with the ABS-SMS platform.
Yes, Keith, always a pleasure. And I know we're going to dive into it, but why not I know you're talking about doing the student and parent module. Maybe we can bring some people that are joining us for the first time up to speed, just a quick recap on the previous ones, and then we can now move further into diving into this if you don't mind it.
Absolutely. You are 100% correct. I know some people must be joining us probably for the first time, considering that we're looking at the final modules for this product, ABS-SMS, the ABS School Management System. Would like to bring you up to speed by explaining to you that we have come all the way from from module 101, and here we are today on 401. So ABS School Management System is a platform that has been designed carefully to track, organize, and manage school operations and activities efficiently, to make life easy for the administrators, to make life easy for the staffs, to make life easy for the students, and also, most importantly, for the parents. Parents who send their children to school and they are eager and curious to know how their students are doing in terms of academics and in terms of morals as well. So now the parents have the ability to monitor all of these activities on their devices with the use of this platform, ABS School Management System. And so that is a general overview of the product itself. And here we are at the final module. So what we are doing is we are giving you a step-by-step presentation of how this module works and how it is relevant to whichever user is working on the platform at every point in time. Did I answer your question, Dr. Fidelis?
That answers my question. So today we will look at what the parent can do and the student on their part, given that their school is using the platform. Is that correct?
Correct, absolutely, sir.
So why not we dive into it and see what we have?
And before we do that, I'd like to use this opportunity to share a success story that as we're doing these presentations, again, the word is going out and we're beginning to see that some schools are buying our system, our program, right? I want to say congratulations to Queen's Court College of Ghana. It's our most recent client, and we hope that we're going to reach out to more schools out there in Ghana through the school, and in Cameroon. It's also want to say congratulations to Amazing Grace Educational Complex in the Northwest region. So these are the schools that have opened up to our products and they have decided to give it a try, and we're inviting more schools to open up and see what we have to offer. And we promise to give you nothing but the best.
Good. I'm so happy some people are picking up on it. And all I can say is that they've made the right decision and they will not regret having it. So we invite many more to follow suit and enjoy the best of the best.
Thank you, sir. So without further ado, we're going to be looking at the SM student module, ABS-SMS 301. So I am going to be walking you in that process. And so allow me to share my screen. So Dr. Fidelis, tell me what you can see on my screen.
I see a desktop as a browser.
Okay. Did you see me typing in the URL for
ABS-SMS solution on the URL.
Okay. So this is the process how you would do it. Okay. Just to showcase you, but once you signed up as a school, you're going to have your own application where you will basically go on your desktop and just open it from there. You're not going to always do it from the web browser, but you can also do it from there. But once it becomes a customizable product for your institution, you will have our tech team will ensure that you have a desktop app, an application where you basically go in there to log in and not necessarily always come to the web browser. But for this purpose, we're going to log in from the web browser. And to log in as a student, you have to log in the section that says login. Okay. So in the login, click right into that and you can enter your student credentials. So you will have a student credential as a student from the school that you are a student in. So they will provide you credentials that you would use. And for this purpose, we're going to log in as the username is Neba is a student of the school. So all the students out there, this is you trying to access your system.
Just one more thing, as you say, if a school has this, administrators, whoever uses the system, may have a desktop icon, like a shortcut that you just click on it and it takes you to this page. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, on the bottom of your screen, right? You have different, you can pin them like this, all of those applications. That's how you're going to have one, too, for ABS SMS.
Yeah. So pin it on your taskbars, and you can, anytime you log on, you can just hit that taskbar and it takes you right straight into it.
Correct. So now we are logged in the student portal, in the student module as a student. So the student name in question is Neba Primus. And the school that the student is in is Kulu Memorial College. This is a demonstration. And you can see the student's email and the student's phone number in case of anything, and the location where the school is right here.
Yes.
And the basic things that a student would it's necessary for a student to see on your portal are things like fee invoices, payment history, study materials, homework, notice board, events, class timetable, live classes. Remember when we talked about live classes feature, and there was a question that how are the students going to access a live class that has been scheduled? So if this student, a live class was scheduled for the student, they'll basically just click into this live class section here, and every live class that has been scheduled for them will show up, right?
Okay.
And then books issued, exam timetable, admit cards, exam results, certificates, attendance, leave requests. See, the student can also put in a request for a leave if they had to, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, look at your attendance. The system is rating the student at a 75% attendance rate based on the information that they have captured, right? So that was a live class that we were looking earlier. It opened up. You see that we have a couple of live classes scheduled for the student.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at that, the dashboard. And so we're talking about attendance before that came up. So it has rated the student at a 75% attendance rate, right? So another important details, that's the student name, the enrollment number, their session, their class that they're in, the section of the class that they're in Form 1B, the roll number that is set in Form 1B is roll number 15. And the father to this student, that's his name right there, neighbor Mark. Okay. And if the
Yeah.
student wants to print their ID card, this is where they'll simply do that. Just hit print and the ID card populates. And then you have an ID card for your school. You see, this school even captures the blood group of their students. So it's saying that the student is in blood group O. It falls in the blood group O. You see that?
Yes, I see
So
that.
they're looking more than they can capture more information. Um, so those are the things the students will be able to see in their portal. Basically, what this means is the student can travel with their school, right?
Yes.
If it's a higher institution, they could travel with their curriculum or the academics. Say they basically would access everything electronically with the system. Books, is it books they want? They can simply go into the library, books that have been issued, they can see them there. Is it a timetable that they're looking for? They will have everything populated here, their results and everything. And believe me, they do not have any write access to this system. They only have the ability to view the data, right?
Yeah. Because
And
I was about to ask you if students can go in there and modify stuff and it can, throw a lot of things off the rail. But here we go.
security is very important, accuracy and efficiency. So the students
Mhm.
do not in any way, shape, or form have access to edit anything in their profile, except if they wanted to submit, right? Let's say study materials. If they have homework, right? Let's say homework
Yeah.
and stuff. Let's open that.
So that
So,
is where they have access to modification, like submit or
right.
just click and upload.
Yes. This is your homework that you have done, completed as a student, right?
Yeah.
You simply bring it in here and submit it. You upload it into the system. If you click and submit homework, so there was no homework that was issued for this student. But if there was any, this is how the student will go. Submission subject. You pick a subject that you're submitting the homework for, and then you upload. And then if it's a file, you upload the file, and then you submit it. Boom, it goes directly to your instructor.
And that is what we talk about: speed, efficiency, time value of
And
money.
time value of money, one-stop shop, you know,
Mhm.
and things like that. You have everything in one place. So basically, sir, this is how you would be looking at your profile as a student. It's very user friendly, easy, and everything. You can put in a leave request here for a student if you have any emergency. You can view your attendance, right? Let's
Yeah.
say this would be a good one if a student says, "Oh, my attendance is only 75%. What can I do here?" See, they do not have the ability to do anything, but the system captures the fact that their total attendance was 4, the number of times they were present was 3, and the number of times the student was absent was 1, right?
Yes.
And that is how it does a rating and give them a number in percentage. Like you have 75% attendance,
Mhm.
right?
So is this attendance like class course based or subject based or general? Is it customized based on what you're looking at?
It's subject because how these attendance are taken in the first place is subject based, right?
Yeah.
It's subject based because it will be a math teacher that will be conducting attendance for the students that are in that math class. And if a chemistry teacher came, they will also be taking attendance for the students in the chemistry class. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yes.
And then one more thing, I see an event. So let's say at some point, when we were still in school, communication was not optimal. And today they say it's public holiday or it is not a public holiday, and then we get into all that mix. So in the events calendar, and we also had clubs in school, right?
Yes.
Science club, arts club, drama club, all of those. They can post their events there and you can actually see it, and general announcements can also go in there, correct?
Absolutely. We can take a look at it and see if there's anything social. So there's one event, it's a view, join this event, right? You can view it, you can join it. So it gives you ways, there's flexibility enough for you to even participate in some events that you don't have to physically be there, right?
Yeah.
Now it says this event was scheduled for April 3rd of 2021, and the event will include dancing, school presentations, and all of that. So it's a socials. That's how they describe this one, and you can join the event here, right?
Yeah.
As a student. And then yes, of course, there are other things like information that it will populate in the system, which is you see how it is. You see the notice board. There's live feed. Okay, there's live feed, which means that this information is running here, and other informations could run here as well. It's telling us that on these dates there are events that are happening. These are things that is current. You see it going up.
Yes.
Right. So it's calling your attention that you have to see this. All students are expected to be at the school library tomorrow at 9 a.m. for a meeting with the principal. See, that is indicating that it's a current information that needs to be read. So this is how
So that also means that once an event is already passed, the system filters that event and is no longer part of your live feed.
Yes.
Or let's say an event starts at 10 or 2 p.m. and we are 1 p.m., it just keeps 1 hour from time and it keeps popping. But by the time the event is over, maybe it goes over a notice board or it is no longer part of your feed as if that event is still to be held, right?
Yes, the system has the ability to do that, but it requires whoever is scheduling these events to go there and push some buttons. They also have ways that they can set it that the event could run for this period of time and then disappears according to the calendar.
Okay.
It has that flexibility as well.
So at the time of uploading any event, you put in those filters or constraints on how
specifications.
Okay. All right. And then it just becomes part of your live notice board and news feed.
So yeah, this is basically where a student will see all of that. Let's look at one more thing, which is very obvious. Exam results. What?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I wanted to check certificates too, but let's start with exam results.
Course assessment. Let's see what this student will have the ability to see. See, that's where they're able to have access to their results. See that? So our premise is everything is in that class in Form 1, Section B, exam roll number CS20. Exam result course assessment. So all those classes, paper code, subject name, subject type, maximum marks, obtained marks, and the grade. So this student is being ranked at as the first with a 74.65 and an overall maybe GDP or grade of B+, right? So that is the result that the student will see on the end for that exam. That's how they will see everything.
All right. So
they don't have the ability to do anything or make any changes to it.
Like back home, we used to have our exam sessions. Like the term will begin. We have 3 evaluations in the course of a term, and so maybe this is just like an example of maybe end of the first how do you call it, evaluation set of tests that you took, and then you can see your grades. Yes. And where you fall, so that as the term progresses, the student knows that for the first series of tests for this term, I was maybe 5th or the last in the class or somewhere in the middle, and now I want to make progress by going here, and they can start saying it. By then we just know I have to work harder in English. But you don't know where you really fall, you know. But right now, a student can actually see where they fall after a series of tests for that term, and they can actually know where to work, put more effort in order to
where to improve on.
Yes.
And then, which is the purpose of the system in the first place is to have everyone involved in the learning life of the students, right? Parents are involved, the students themselves, the teachers, because they have visibility. They can see
Mhm.
stuff and they can ask questions and they can take actions.